Do you think that the US and perhaps even the general public will know way ahead of time that the invasion is being put into motion? Like, for example, with Russia, we have seen months in advance that they're putting soldiers on the border, and months in advance, the US began to publicly say, this is real, this is going to happen. Do you think that we would see the same thing with China, or is it possible that they would prepare it without anyone really noticing?
Look, I think China can pull off small things near instantaneously. I mean, I think they could do a small island seizure, not connected to a grand invasion, but these things would be in the kit bag for China to do if they saw reasons to scare people, scare them away, deter, warn, etc. It's not the military value of taking over a small offshore island. It doesn't net you much. But taking military action and capturing one of those places would have a great strategic value in terms of messaging and warning Washington and Taipei and Tokyo and things like that. So that's something that we would have very little warning of in most cases. But something on the scale of an invasion, clearly the Chinese want to do an invasion as quickly as possible. That the directives that we understand have been given to the PLA are, you figure it out, but I want you to do this in, less than 10 days or whatever. That's really hard to do, given the number of forces that would be required, given the risks that you would have to take if you went and tried to do it with a lighter force. Heavier forces that have to move out of garrison, where they'd have to move a lot of stuff forward, where they'd have to conscript some commercial ships like roll-on, roll-off ships. You would see indicators that maybe weeks, if not months out. Now, when I was first starting looking at China-Taiwan problems, I could guarantee that we would have strategic warning at least 90 days out. I think that slowly over time, China has worked that off. And they do that by putting more PLA forces more forward more often, right? So if you condition Taiwan to see a lot of forces around them, median line in their air defense identification zone on the east side of Taiwan, et cetera, then you are starting to normalize close proximity operations. If you're a military strategist, you would do this when you have the benefit of time. In peacetime, this is what you would do to be able to lull your enemy into thinking it's just another normal day. And so this is the reason why it really helps the Chinese for their invasion planning to demonstrate more presence closer as part of a daily pattern. And so that's what we're worried about, is how much warning time would we really have in a major crisis, because time matters in terms of moving our forces forward, because there are long stretches of water between some of our military bases and where the fight would be.